Hello everybody and welcome to the Warwick Road December 2023 update. Thank you for joining me. Due to work and illness and very cold temperatures, I've not spent as much time as I'd wanted to in the loft, but thank you all for your continued support with the channel through 2023. A thank you especially to all the subscribers, old and new, and a big thanks to all of you that view the videos and then comment. I really appreciate it and I do respond to all of your comments. So my new loco purchases, as you can see, an Accurascale Class 37. Luckily I was on my email, just going through my emails, when an email popped up from Accurascale about limited stocks, because when I'd gone to order from Accurascale they'd sold out. So I had a look and I thought I'd missed the boat, but this came up and I jumped at the chance to get a 37. Especially since I'd seen the excellent reviews all over YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. I absolutely love this loco. The detail, the finish, everything about it is just absolutely fantastic. I've also stuck a driver in there as well, which is one I'd got from Shed Ring Model Railways. I painted him up in the orange vest. But I'm really impressed with the quality of products Accurascale are coming out with. I've already got a Class 92 and a Deltic, now this 37, but I won't be stopping at just 3 locos because they are superb. So with this now I've got to start to thin out some of my collection to pay for, I really like the look of the 66, especially the Evening Star, and got to be another Deltic, but I like a BR blue one. I'd always wanted a sound fitted Class 37, so I couldn't pass when this came up. But another thing I'd wanted for a while were these Dapol MJA hopper wagons, but in the Freightliner green. But couldn't find enough at a reasonable price to make a decent rake. But luckily Rails of Sheffield have had some of these for sale, but they'd be doing the eBay shop 15%. I even got some at 20%. So most of these came in under £40 for a set, which is really good. And again, these are really nice wagons, but I was going to get some in the future, but when I started to look I just didn't realise how scarce they were in the green. So I've got 12 now, which will do me for a rake, but they are very nice. So my second loco purchase was Class 92. I've got one already, the GB Rail Freight. It's like an orange. I was so impressed with it, I had to get another one. But unlike, same as the first one, the pantographs are extremely fragile, so I've already, probably my fault being a bit rough handling it, knocked both of the pantographs off. But they're in the box, I've just got to put them back on when I get a minute. At Getz, I went to the Accurascale stand, and very kindly Richard Watson from New Junction gave me a few minutes of his time and showed me some of the upcoming and the existing products. These cement wagons caught my eye, so since Getz I've been scouring model shop websites and eBay, and I managed to find 6 sets. These wagons are really nice. I hadn't really appreciated just how good they are because I'd never seen them in real life, but the detail on them is absolutely exquisite, and at under £25 per wagon in a pack of 3, I think it's exceptional value in my eyes, and they are absolutely lovely runners. So my third loco purchase only lasted 7 days and went back. So because my Helian Class 52 had been a non-runner for several years, couldn't get it running and didn't really want to pay out for someone to have a look at it, or, you know, a whole new motor and stuff like that, I just decided to sell it for spares. I got a pretty good price for it, and then bought a Dapol Class 52, which is far superior in all ways bar one, which was the bogies. So this is a loft layout. I'm not a master craftsman. You know, the boards are pretty level, but with the summer of extreme heat I have had some warping. All the other locos managed to get around all the curves, but this one, guarantee every curve I went to, the front wheels on the first bogie would just come off the track, guaranteed. So I ran it for probably an hour and I literally had to follow it around. I got fed up with it, so it went back. It was ironic that when I went onto YouTube about a week later, I saw Sam's Trains had got a review of it, so I had a look at the review just as I was packing it up ready to send it back, and he had an issue with that as well, that it kept derailing, and he said unless your layout was absolutely perfect, might not be the loco for you. So it was really to pull this Pullman train, which I've got. So I've got a Deltic, so that'll be sufficient for now, but I did want another sort of classic BR loco to tow it, but the Deltic I'll have to do for now. So another scene I'd amended was this post office scene. So this was on the layout a few years ago, took it down because it was such a small space, even with an Arctic and a few vans in it, just didn't look right. So I got this kit at the back there, and I've made that, it's low relief, but I've kind of made it, I don't know if you call it half relief, just to give it a bit of depth, which is now the parcel force area of the, and then this bit is raw mail, a little bit of parcel force on the side. So this bit here is just as I've modelled it, an extension. So I've added a couple more trucks, so I've got probably about 8 or 9 of the little Royal Mail vans, so I'm gradually going through them, weathering them, bashing them up a bit, because some of the Royal Mail vans you see lead a pretty hard life. But what I've done is this truck here, so the cab is a DAF cab, but that comes from a company called RTI, and they're resin kits. So you get a cab, a plastic windscreen insert, a steering wheel, and depending on the chassis you get the seats with it as well. Then you buy the wheels separately. The body is an Oxford die cast. That was a Ford Cargo, which is too old for my layout at the time it was set. So literally took the chassis off and replaced it with an RTI chassis, then put the body back on and weathered it. And I'm really pleased with it. All it needs now is a little bit more weathering, some number plates, and that'll fit very nicely on the layout. This I bought and I'm not sure about. It's 3D printed, but when you put it up against the Oxford trailers it looks well oversized, so I'm really not sure about this. Bit dear, but I thought, yeah, that would be great. It's like the modern day, these massive trailers that they use, but I'm not really sure, so this may not appear on the layout. And as you could see, it doesn't look too bad like that, but I'm still not sure. Maybe it's just the colour, it's very red. Maybe it just needs weathering and toning down a bit. Finally managed to find some more golfer figures. These are called Pricer, and they're HO figures, but I couldn't find any. I've been looking for nearly a year now in 00 scale. So all I need to do is find 2 more golf bags. So a 4-ball there. Only 2 of them have got golf bags, so particularly like this chap here that's got it over his shoulder. But I'm really pleased with these figures. It's a lovely addition to the scene. I actually finished the water effects. I don't know how well that'll come out, but I used the sort of, I think it's resin, the poured water, woodland scenics, but just the effect I wanted. So I'm really happy with this scene. So after meeting Lord Owl at Getz, he very kindly gave me one of his lavies. So Lord Owl's lavvy, don't know if it will stay there, but it's for the garage, for the workers for the garage. But it was a real pleasure to meet Alan at Getz. Such a lovely guy, and he gave me a good few minutes of his time, considering how popular he is. Just a really nice guy, couldn't believe it. And also, whilst Getz was nearly a couple of months ago, huge shout out to Susanna as well, who came over and spoke to me. She, I think, was the very first person to comment and give me a shout out for the layout. But again, really lovely person. Again, lots of people wanted to talk to her, but you know, gave me some of her time. Really appreciated that. And also Graham Falston from Lakeside. I've watched all of his videos, and again, what a lovely person. And it probably goes without saying, you know, it's great when big YouTube providers take the time to come and talk to somebody that, you know, they don't know. And with so many layouts out there, you know, you get the occasional comments from them because there are just so many layouts out there, but it was really nice to put a name to a face and to actually speak to them in person. So thank you to all of them for your time. So I've got a postie collecting his mail, and parked the wrong way, emptying the mailbox. And I've also got a regular sight these days, guy on an e-scooter on the pavement. So this road scene's been updated, so I picked up this digger, 3D printed off of eBay, and I've actually modelled that they're digging a deep hole there, and I don't know how well that will show up, but they're digging up some pipes. Just to make it into like a major road scene, road work scene. So more 3D printed stuff. This comes from Rusty Rails Modelling, and it's just the mobile lights. It's really well detailed, so I picked one of those up. Started to do some Lineside detailing work and found these relay boxes that were open, so I've detailed inside. A couple of guys there working on there, and the railings. Initially I painted the railings yellow, but when I'd seen some footage, they're just like the natural metal colour. So I've subscribed to a layout called Harold Road. The guy there, John, his layout for Lineside infrastructure is probably the most detailed I've ever seen, so I'm going to spend a bit of time going through and looking at what he does for his infrastructure. There's lots of these little like axle counters, I think they are, weather signals, the AWS magnets and all that. I want to put that on here, but you know, I could buy it cheaply, but I just don't want to chuck it down. You know, whilst I'm not modelling something prototypical in terms of running the trains, and this isn't a area that you could go and see today, I do want these detailing parts to be as realistic and believable as possible. So this is only going to be a short update, as like I said earlier, I haven't had much time in the loft. Most of the stuff I've been doing is downstairs detailing. Bought lots of 3D printed figures, because on the layout there are lots of the figures that you get from China that are all the same, but they're not painted very well, don't look particularly great, but at the time they were the best we could get. So I'm gradually replacing those with 3D printed figures. There's lots of them now, so I will gradually start replacing, especially on things like the platforms, stations and areas that are in focus when I do my running shots. So just want to say thank you to everybody for following the layout through 2023. I know I haven't posted that many videos. It has been quite difficult to get up here, and because the layout's so large, I've really got to get into a discipline of cleaning the track so I can have trains running. And I think the videos are far better when a train's going past and you can hear the train in the background. So I've really got to get more discipline with cleaning the track. It's great to have great ideas about a huge layout until you have to come and clean it. I've got to do some work on lighting as well, because the lighting here isn't great, so that's a project for the winter. But thank you to everybody. For those of you that comment, take the time to watch the videos, special thank you. I do reply to all of you, and there's been some great comments and tips and ideas that have come back from, not even sometimes I've asked a question, just sometimes, what do you think of that? So thank you, and keep them coming. I welcome feedback, whether it's good or bad. So bearing in mind where we are, 3rd of December, probably time to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope that the model railway gifts you want turn up on the 25th, and that you have a great time, whatever you're doing. And thank you again. Goodbye from Warwick Road for 2023. I won't be posting a video again before the new year, but obviously in the new year I've got lots of things I want to do, and hopefully you'll see a massive change in lots of little things that just need a little bit of a tweak to make them stand out even more. So again, from me, all the best to all of you, Happy modelling, stay safe, bye bye for now.